Um centro de seleção genética de gado de corte dotado das principais tecnologias de produção de carne bovina. Com esta apresentação, o ministro Nathaniel Kaya conheceu instalações e uma parcela reduzida do gado na fazenda que estava na entre-safra, entre a desmama e o período reprodutivo. Na propriedade, o ministro e seu acompanhante Frank Min conheceram detalhes do empreendimento de fazendas parceiras que reúnem 60 mil matrizes Nelore acasaladas com sêmen de touros zebuínos e europeus do próprio projeto e de outros reprodutores em coleta em centrais de genética bovina. A Tanzânia, país localizado na costa leste da África, é um país de múltiplas vocações econômicas. Um quarto do produto interno bruto vem da atividade agrícola, com destaque para o café arábica, considerado um dos melhores do mundo. Destacam-se também a mineração, tendo como carro-chefe os diamantes, e o turismo, com belas praias e aventuras em parques nacionais e safaris. Mas no setor de alimentação, a Tanzânia é carente de produtos de origem animal, como carne e leite. Para suprir as necessidades de consumo interno e até criar excedentes para exportação, a Tanzânia busca tecnologia de produção em países de clima e condições geográficas similares. Para o ministro, o Brasil ocupa lugar de destaque no ranking da prospecção de novos investidores. Conhecer empreendimentos de sucesso na atividade pecuária está permanentemente na agenda do governo tanzaniano. Em entrevista para o Canal do Boi, o representante do governo disse ter gostado do que viu no Pecuária BR e avaliou que o sistema de produção agropecuário brasileiro cabe de maneira perfeita em território africano. Na sede do Grupo SBA, na capital sul-mato-grossense, a comitiva foi recepcionada em almoço pela diretoria do grupo e pelo secretário de Produção e Agricultura Familiar de Mato Grosso do Sul, Fernando Lamas, pesquisador de carreira da Embrapa Soja de Dourados, no sul do estado. No cardápio, carne produzida no Pecuária BR, preparada pelo chefe Arildo Flores. Você vai acompanhar agora a entrevista que o ministro concedeu ao Canal do Boi. Na conversa, falou das qualidades e dos programas de desenvolvimento de seu país e do trabalho do governo para atrair parceiros e investidores. Em mensagem, Nathaniel Kaya afirmou que espera que os brasileiros vejam a Tanzânia como seu segundo lar. Eu vou conversar com o ministro plenipotenciário da Tanzânia, ligado à Embaixada da Tanzânia no Brasil, o senhor Nathaniel Daniel Kaya. Minister, we are very glad to have you here at the SBA Grupo, and we'd like to know what is the mission of the Embassy of Tanzania here in Brazil?
Oh, thank you very much for the invitation to this important program, and I would like to thank the SBA for just having me here in the studio to say something about my country. About the mission of our embassy in Brazil is to promote cooperation between the two countries, both political, economic, and cultural. That is the bigger picture of what we're supposed to do in Brazil.
Tell us about Tanzania.
Tanzania is a country located in East Africa. We got our independence in 1961, and we've embarked on our development programs since then. And one of the achievements is to have good friends like Brazil, where we are now trying to promote cooperation.
I read in a magazine about the tourism in Tanzania, the soul of Africa. What is this expression?
Thank you for the question. I think the expression tells everything, that it's Tanzania where Africa, the image of Africa can be correctly interpreted.
How is the government in Tanzania? What is the system?
We have a democratic government, a presidential system, and we moved into multi-party democracy in 1992.
Let's talk about some important points of Tanzania. We know it's famous, the Tanzanian coffee, Arabian coffee.
Yes.
And also the tourism. Let's talk about the tourism. What are the main points, the places, the cards of tourism in Tanzania?
Tanzania tourism is world famous. When you speak of Serengeti, Ngorongoro, when you speak of Zanzibar Islands, you speak of the Great Selu, then you know what the tourism means to Tanzania. With tourists flocking from all over the world coming to Tanzania to enjoy the tourist attractions which are available. And I believe, and it is, I think, true, that Tanzania is the most popular destination of wildlife tourism in the world.
Why is it so famous?
Zanzibar is famous for its scenery views. It's famous for the beach tourism. It's famous for its rich cultural heritage. That is all about Zanzibar.
What would you like to do to develop tourism in Tanzania?
Tanzania has a great interest in promoting tourism, but I'd like to assure you what kind of tourism is quality tourism. If it is wild tourism, we'd like to preserve our wild nature, we'd like to preserve our animals, wild animals, and the government makes sure that it becomes a sustainable adventure to have quality tourism.
There are safaris there, aren't they?
Yes.
In hunting?
Hunting safaris are there. They are there. Most popular destinations for hunting safaris are like Selu and other smaller game reserves. National parks are off the limit.
Is it true that the sea in Tanzania is very calm and clear?
Very calm and clear. In some cases, blue waters and white sands. You can't imagine.
What about the
It's
food?
it's only comparable to Copacabana.
What about the food? What are the best dishes for the people who go there?
You'd be surprised. Brazil and
What
Tanzania.
can they order?
Brazil and Tanzania have almost similar kind of foods. The preparation may be different, but all you have in Brazil as food is what we have in Africa.
You say that Tanzania has the best tilapia in the world.
Yes.
Why so?
It happens that the available tilapia in the world, the best is in Tanzania and in Lake Victoria.
Do you export the tilapia?
We export tilapia to all destinations, to Europe, America, Asia. Think of it. I know Brazil doesn't import tilapia
We
from
don't
Africa,
eat
but you
tilapia from Tanzania yet.
You'd certainly like to invite to import some tilapia from Tanzania. You'd like it.
Are there people interested in importing tilapia from Tanzania to Brazil? Is there a possibility to have this kind of
I would like
commerce?
I would like SBA to be the first to import tilapia to Brazil.
The SBA group?
Yes.
We can change. Buy tilapia and export bull.
That is what we are. That is one of our missions here. We know Brazil is a great agricultural country. You have made very big strides in agriculture, and we want to borrow a leaf from Brazil. From Brazil.
What is, once you have touched this, talked about this subject, what are your interests in importing Brazilian genetic cattle?
We want to be one of those countries which produce quality meat, quality beef, and quality dairy products in general. That is the objective. And the good example for this is Brazil, and Brazil happens to be good friends of Tanzania. We have to benefit from this kind of friendship.
Would zebu, our zebu, be a success in Tanzania?
Most likely, because we have similar weather, similar almost everything environment. Only that we have invested more in livestock development, and we would like to follow the suit. And I've been to Uberaba auction exposition. I was highly impressed. You can't imagine that there are bulls which can weigh as much as 1,300 kilograms. It was wonderful. And immediately, my immediate reaction is that I contacted the research people who were present there, and very important farmers. Some of them have been to Tanzania, and I requested them to to push the agenda to bring the breeding system in Tanzania.
Concerning agriculture and husbandry, what are the kinds of investment people interested here in Brazil could talk to you about?
We invite Brazilians to come and invest in ranching for beef and for dairy, for milk. There's a great potential, not only for Tanzania, but also because of the market. We're members of SADC, which is an economic integration system, community, with a population of 277 million people. The Brazilian investor will also benefit from the market which is available, proximity to the Arab countries, proximity to Europe, and proximity to the all neighboring countries, the SADC, as I said, and beyond.
What do you think? Which would be the best way to take live cattle from Brazil to Tanzania, or to export beef, natural beef? Which would be the best way to
establish
trade?
To establish ranches in Tanzania would be one of the first priority. I know womb transfer and semen dissemination, artificial insemination could be cheaper than exporting the bulls. But if the bulls are the most effective, the most scientifically tested, better, then we could try some bulls first.
What are your main interests concerning husbandry? Beef or milk?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Do you produce milk?
We produce milk, but very little. Our stock is of very low quality. We accept, and maybe we haven't been serious about it, but now the current government is very serious about promoting agriculture, livestock in particular, so that we can have exports internally, and we can have boost supplies to internally and export the surplus, and but most important, to improve the health of our people.
How could an entrepreneur plan to export their products to Tanzania? What are the ways to make that real?
We have no barriers to business. You just have to find a partner in Tanzania or a person who could be willing to import and to start business. But if it is investment, we have the Tanzania Investment Center, which is very efficient. Of recent, efficiency has grown up there. We could register business and start operation within a very short time.
Tell us about the agriculture. It represents 25% of all the riches in Tanzania, especially the coffee. I'd like you to say something about the Arabian coffee in Tanzania.
Coffee, that's a big subject because Brazil is also a good exporter of coffee.
And producer too.
Producer and exporter. And Tanzania as well is a good exporter of coffee. Maybe the difference will be in terms of quality. I'm told, maybe by experts, that the Tanzanian Arabica coffee is used for blending other coffees. That means it is far much superior as compared to many other coffees in the world.
Do you export coffee for what countries?
Particularly Europe. German is the leader in importing our coffee, of course, and other countries. But where they import semi-processed, they go there and they roast and they blend it and give our coffee other names which we don't know. We don't have. Tanzania doesn't get anything in terms of blend of the brand, so it becomes something else. And we would like our coffee to be known as Tanzania coffee.
It seems to me that the coffee produced in Vietnam is best known in the world than the coffee produced in Tanzania. Is it correct? And why? There is a difference.
I know, and I know you understand that Vietnam is a newcomer in the coffee industry, but they've been very successful, maybe because of their efficiency in production and everything, but also in terms of marketing. But it has also contributed the havoc in the coffee market in the world. It is true, we accept. This is a world of free trade, But what we in Tanzania think is that the quality should determine the price of your coffee in the world.
And do you have plans for doing the marketing? Not only for coffee, but for all the products. The minerals are very famous too.
Marketing is a big investment. Maybe those who have the money to do the marketing benefit more from than the producers. And not only in coffee, in mining, in minerals. You have the Tiffany's, for example, in the gem industry. They are the leaders, and it's difficult to compete with them. But slowly we can make our mark if you are serious and if you have good marketing strategy.
Is Tanzania an attractive country for investments?
Surely, much so now. After the liberalization in the 1990s up to now, Tanzania has become open for business. And we're seeing the results. Many people are coming, particularly in the mining sector, in the agricultural sector, slowly. I don't know why, but which is an area which I think is very important. But in industry, we now seriously think that it's only through industrialization that Tanzania can make it. And the government is determined to make sure that Tanzania industrializes. And by 2025, we believe through the efforts which are being made, done by the government, we shall be a middle-income country.
I was told Tanzania is a very peaceful country.
That is true. We haven't experienced any havocs. We got our independence through the negotiation table. We did not go to war. And that through our founder president, Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, these achievements have been there. And one of the reasons why Tanzania is very peaceful is because of the foundation which was laid down by the founder president. And through the uniting of the people through Kiswahili, one language which is spoken by all the people in Tanzania.
What are the main areas of investment in agribusiness in Tanzania?
We're opening up for agricultural investments. We now have people investing in coffee farms.
Coffee?
Coffee farming.
Coffee?
Coffee farming. Coffee farming, yes. And we think we should go a step further to add value to our coffee so that we export it as a finished product.
To have a brand?
And even having a brand.
Except the coffee?
The focus now of our country is to have more investors in agriculture. In agriculture, in livestock, particularly ranching and dairy products and other byproducts like leather.
I'd like to thank you very much for this interview, and I'd like you to talk to Brazilian people, a message from your country to Brazilians, please.
My experience in Brazil is that most Brazilians I meet, when you tell them about Tanzania, they slowly begin to understand what Tanzania is. You tell them the location, tell them the history. They seem to be very positive. And what we are saying is that you should feel that Tanzania is your second home.
Esse é o ministro plenipotenciário e embaixador da Tanzânia no Brasil, o Nathaniel Daniel Kaya. Muito obrigado pela sua entrevista.
Thank you.